Hi, science fans. If you're watching this in June of 2023 and live in Quebec or Ontario, Canada, or anywhere in the northeast region of the United States, you may have walked out your front door over the last few days and seen a hazy sky. That's not just any haze. It's smoke from over 100 wildfires raging in Canada, carried over hundreds of miles by the wind. The air may smell like a campfire and the sunsets may be beautiful, but this spectacle has a darker side. The smoke from these fires has significantly impacted air quality, especially in the eastern US, and health advisories have been issued in several states. New York City, for instance, ranked second among major cities for the worst air quality worldwide due to these wildfires. People have been killed, and thousands more have been forced from their homes. Some of these individuals were unaware of how quickly things could change, or how powerful forest fires could be. Imagine you're in the middle of a forest surrounded by a sea of flames. The fire is everywhere, consuming trees, shrubs, and everything in its path. The smoke is thick, reducing visibility to almost zero, and the air is filled with the crackling and hissing of burning wood. The heat is intense, almost unbearable. That's what it's like in a forest fire. These fires can reach temperatures as high as 1,472 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's not just the heat. Depending on the wind and terrain, they can move fast, sometimes up to 14 miles per hour, turning the tranquil forest into a blazing inferno in minutes. The flames will consume the oxygen around you, making it harder to breathe. It will create its own wind, which can change direction unpredictably, making escape harder. This is the reality of forest fires. In such a situation, your first instinct might be to run. But where? The key to surviving a forest fire is to stay calm and think clearly. Avoid areas with heavy vegetation and head towards a body of water if you can. If there's no water nearby, try to find a large, cleared area where the fire cannot spread and stay there. Protect your lungs by breathing air closest to the ground, through a moist cloth if possible, to avoid inhaling smoke. This smoke is not just a visibility problem. It carries fine particulate matter that can cause health issues, especially for groups such as children, older adults, and people with respiratory conditions. Exposure to this pollution can cause inflammation and weaken the immune system, especially when tiny particles penetrate the lungs and enter the bloodstream. It may increase the risk of asthma, lung cancer, or other lung diseases. In the most dire circumstances, when escape is impossible, there is a last resort: deploying a fire shelter. These are small, tent-like structures made of fire-resistant material designed to protect you from the heat and flames until the fire passes. These situations are extremely dangerous, and you should only try to use a fire shelter if there are absolutely no other options. These small shelters can protect against radiant heat, but they don't work as well against convective heat, which is heat from the smoke and gases directly touching the shelter. They also don't provide oxygen, so they can't be used long. So, how do these fires start and how can we prevent them? Most wildfires are caused by human activities, such as campfires, discarded cigarettes, and arson. But they can also be caused by natural events like lightning strikes. Prevention strategies include following proper safety protocols when dealing with a fire in nature, such as completely extinguishing campfires and not discarding lit cigarettes. It's also important to obey local fire regulations because they are there to prevent the start of a wildfire. In the face of climate change, which creates warmer and drier conditions, these wildfires are likely to become more frequent and severe. We must understand the risks, take preventative measures, and know what to do if we ever find ourselves in the midst of a forest fire. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow science fans. But of course, we're not done exploring. Click on the video above to learn more about the universe around us. Until the next time,